When you convert your Maglite to lithium-ion, this video will show you exactly how to do it safely. We'll cover how to choose the correct battery voltage, how to install each Lumencraft sleeve, and how to build your own DIY version if you prefer. Let's start with the most important rule. Voltage. A simple rule of thumb is this: one lithium-ion cell replaces 3 C or D alkaline batteries. So a 3D Maglite can run on 1 lithium-ion battery, a 6D can run on 2 lithium-ion batteries. I recommend using protected cells in all Maglite applications. If you're using one of our 4800 lumen LED upgrades in your incandescent Maglite, you could run that in a 6D body using two 26650s and 4 dummy D-cell spacers, or you could run that same bulb in a compact 2D using our 226-650 kit. Now what about factory LED Maglites? Most factory LED Maglites can safely handle up to 4.5 volts. That means you can replace 2 C or D cells with 1 lithium-ion. For example, a 2D Maglite like this ML300LX can run on a single 26650. A 2C model like the ML50LX can run on one 21700. If you want a detailed breakdown of exactly which batteries will work in your specific model, I've compiled a spreadsheet that's going to be linked in the description. Also, I noticed that recent uptick in subscribers to this channel, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. Views lets me know that you like a video, but subscribing is actually a stronger signal to let me know that I'm making the kind of content you want to see. Let's talk installation. Most of our battery sleeve kits convert your Maglite to lithium-ion with no permanent modification to the flashlight. Currently, the one exception is the 226-650 to 2D configuration. For that configuration, you'll need to remove the anodizing from inside your tail cap so the new shorty spring can make electrical contact. To install the 226-650 kit, slide the sleeve into the flashlight body with the brass contact facing toward the switch. Then remove the factory spring from the tail cap. To remove the anodizing, you can use a wire brush attachment on a drill. Run the brush inside the tail cap until all the anodizing is removed from the bottom surface. You want to go slightly up the sides too. If any anodizing remains, it can prevent electrical contact. So go over it more than you think you need to. If you happen to have a Dremel tool, this high-speed cutter works very quickly. You'll need a different bit to get down in the corners. I've also done this using an end mill. Once that's done, install the shorty tail spring, insert it at an angle and press it into place, and you're finished. If you're installing the 226-650 kit into a larger Maglite like a 3, 4, 5, or 6D, simply add the appropriate number of dummy D-cell spacers in front of the sleeve. You'll still use the shorty spring. For the single 226-650 to 2D kit, no modification to the light is needed. Instead, it includes an aluminum button that snaps into the factory tail spring to make electrical contact with the battery. A brass rod inside the sleeve takes up the extra space in the body. Our other kits are pretty straightforward. You just match your flashlight size to the battery you want to use. For example, a 3C Maglite can convert to two 21700 lithium-ion batteries. And just like that, you've eliminated corrosion, reduced weight, and upgraded to a rechargeable system. Now, if you'd rather make your own sleeve, here is the simplest method I know of. Take the lithium-ion cell or cells you want to use, cut a strip of paper or thin cardboard the length of the battery, roll it around the battery until the outside diameter matches the inside diameter of your Maglite body. Now tape it in place. That gives you a simple sleeve. To take up the extra length inside the flashlight body, use a brass screw and a wooden dowel. Brass has lower resistance than steel, which allows for better current flow. For example, converting a 2C Maglite to a single 21700, take a 1-inch diameter dowel and cut a piece just under 1/2 inch long. Then drill a 1/4 inch through hole. Insert the 1/4 20 by 3/4 inch screw and put a nut on it. Pro tip, be sure to cut the dowel short enough that the end of the screw sticks out past the nut. The reason is that the nut is too large of a diameter to make contact with some Maglite switches. Worse still, if you had it facing the battery, it could pierce the shrink around the outside edge of the battery, making contact with both the positive and negative terminals of the cell, causing a short. Now we just insert the spacers and battery, reassemble the light, and we're done. If you want to get fancy with it, you can make the whole thing out of one piece with the wooden dowel. I drilled out the end of this dowel with a 3/4 inch bit. Again, just make sure you drill deep enough so that nut can thread up on the screw high enough. Measuring from the tip of the bit, I drilled in 3 inches on this one. The walls of this pine tube would have been too thin if I had drilled it for a 21700 battery, so I drilled it for an 18650 size battery. Again, I recommend using protected cells and factory LED Maglites because they are capable of discharging the cell too deeply. In my test, it discharged to 2.4 volts, which is below the minimum of 2.5 volts. Whether you use one of our precision sleeves or make your own, the key is understanding voltage and making good electrical contact. Do it correctly and your Maglite becomes lighter, rechargeable, and far more cost effective without sacrificing performance.